You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is our latest Game of Thrones reaction video. And as always, I am joined by my co-host Tyler. Hey Tyler.
Hello, it's great to be back. Talking some more Game of Thrones. I think last episode was pretty good all around, wouldn't you say? One of the better ones
Yeah,
so far in the season.
yeah, they've
Some
definitely
interesting
had
stuff happened. Some big
insane
shocks.
endings. Each of these last three episodes have had just like hype or crazy endings. So,
Yeah, even if HBO Max likes to try and cut
oh
off
my
the
gosh.
endings of episodes, apparently. That was a fun excursion.
Well, here we are. We're up to episode number 7, The Broken Man. But to catch us up, last time we met back up with good old Uncle Benjamin Stark, who is like half White Walker, half regular human now.
That's a fun combination, right?
Yeah, and he is helping Bran and Mira currently. Then we see Gilly and Samuel arrive at Samuel's home, and his mom is great. His sister's wonderful, but whoo's that dad? Mr. Tarley, Lord Tarley is wretched, just as we had heard. And so Samuel says, no, I'm not staying here, and neither are you, Gilly. Come with me to Old Town. So they are on their way to the Citadel
And he
once
got
more.
to take the big sword.
And he stole his father's Valyrian sword.
I'm hyped about the sword more than everything else.
Yes. Well, then we see Marjorie talk to Tommen and kind of be like, no, I see the errors of my ways. And,
Mm-mm-mm.
maybe you could join up on the High Sparrow side as well. Meanwhile, Jamie, Olenna, and Mace Tyrell put their plan into effect and storm the, the High Sparrows and are like, yo, we are not letting Marjorie make this walk of atonement through the streets. But before a bloodbath could ensue, the High Sparrow reveals that Marjorie has brought Tommen on over, and the faith and the crown are now the two pillars of the realm. So she does not have to do
Mm-mm-mm.
this walk. Yeah.
Disappointed.
Well, then we see Arya can't kill her target once more. So she fails the second time to kill the person she was supposed to kill and is on the move. But unfortunately, as per usual, the waif was like watching her ass and saw that she didn't kill the actress she was supposed to kill. And she goes and tells Jaqen, in which he gives her the go ahead to kill Arya.
Mm-mm-mm. But that's the wife's thing. She's obviously hated Arya this whole time, so just waiting as long as she could for her to slip up so she could kill her, I guess.
Ugh. Well, then we also saw Tommen dismiss Jamie from his presence, basically, and he is sending him off to deal with the River Run situation. We just learned that the Blackfish has retaken River Run, and thus Jamie is on his way there. Cersei is like, look, I need you to go. I know you want to just go chop the High Sparrow's head off right now, but I need you to go and just do this, and we will continue our plans. Also headed down there, we know Walder Frey made his return last episode and is like,
Boo.
we must retake the Tully House of River Run. So he is sending folks down there as well. Wonderful. And then
Mm-mm.
finally, we end the episode off with Daenerys and Dario on their way horseback to Meereen. When Dario kind of makes an offhanded comment that, look, I kind of think you're more of a conqueror than a queen. I don't know. I don't think you're going to be happy sitting on a throne. In which she's like, bye. And literally rides away to make her grand entrance on the back of Drogon in front of the Dothraki horde and gives her rousing speech, her call to arms for her Dothraki loyals to join her to retake Westeros. They're hype. They're doing their like Dothraki screams that they're known for. And they are ready. to go to war for Daenerys. So they are all now hyped and on their way back to Meereen.
Yeah, that was the part of the episode HBO Max decided to just skip over. There's just like a, like how when you see on Netflix, it has like the next episode like loading because they don't care about credits. Well, they just said, screw the credits. We're going to have you skip midway through Drogon landing for some reason.
We're gonna have you skip the final like big speech of the whole episode. Actually, bye.
Literally, because the speech hadn't even begun yet. It was just Drogon landed, and then next episode they tried to send me to the next episode that we're about to watch. It was wild.
Well, that was quite the ending to our last episode, and leads us right into this episode. We'll find out who the Broken Man really is. So let's get into episode number 7. Oh, we have a prelude before the
Yeah, what's this?
credits.
I'm not used to the episode starting without the song.
It's a very quaint little place.
It's like a fun little structure. Very peaceful. Man, they got like a whole pulley system and everything, don't they? Is that Ian McShane?
It is another cameo.
I didn't know Ian McShane was in this. That one guy just doing it all by himself. Oh shit! He lives! I was gonna say it had to be someone very strong. He lives!
He's
finally!
back.
Thank God.
He didn't die in season 4.
Yeah. He's back in shape now. He's back and better than ever.
Very strong still.
That's what I mean. They got like the whole, like one guy holding that whole log as opposed to like a whole team of people. They had to be somebody quite strong.
Uh-oh, River Run. There it is.
Oh boy. But yeah, very glad to see the Hound is risen. I'm excited to see Arya's reaction if they ever meet up again. You're like, surprise! You thought you saw the last of me.
Remember when you didn't mercy kill me? Well, I'm still here.
He's back and better than ever. He's obviously still very strong. It reminded me a lot of the Northman. That segment.
Yes. Who knows? We do know he has a fear of fire, but maybe the Hound will ensue in a volcano battle to the death.
In all my days, I've never seen a man swing an axe like that.
He's no ordinary man.
Cut you down? Just one. Oh. He must have been some kind of monster. He was a woman.
Oh man, it's making it worse.
At least he's honest.
That's true.
I don't know if Ian McShane thought that was a joke or what.
Ian McShane. Ian McShane's having a ball, it sounds like, so far. He's been laughing and smiling the whole time.
Got this peaceful little place.
Stinking already. There's bugs all over here. And bone was coming through right there.
So Ian McShane is the real MVP of this story, then.
Oh, nearly shit myself. Kept you going.
Rage.
8.
Close enough. Same family.
There's a reason you're still here.
There's a reason I'm a big fucker and I'm tough to kill.
No reason.
Why haven't they punished me?
They have.
All right, Ian McShane. I'm loving this man so far in this episode.
You've been through a lot in your life, Hound. I mean, you were left for dead. You don't count that as punishment.
Oh God, Marjorie's reading.
What are we reading today?
The Book of the Mother, Your Holiness.
Ooh.
Chapter 3, verse 12.
Tomato. Ooh.
A wife salves her husband's wounds.
Who are you?
A
You're not
mother sends her
Marjorie.
son to sleep. For years, I pretended to love the poor, the afflicted. I had pity for them, but I never loved them. They disgusted me.
Come on.
They are hard to love. Can I ask you about a personal matter?
Of course.
Just get it over with.
Since your reunion, you haven't joined him in the marriage bed.
No.
You have a duty, Your Grace. To your husband, your king, your country.
High Sparrow's trying to get Tom in some
Gods
action.
themselves. Congress does not require desire on the woman's part. Only patience.
Sir.
The king must have an heir. I only pray your grandmother follows
What?
your lead.
Well, that's never gonna happen.
My grandmother?
Absolutely not.
The Queen of Thorns is a remarkable woman, a strong woman,
Damn right.
and an unrepentant sinner.
Sir?
You must teach her the new way,
Huh?
as she taught you the old. Or I fear for her safety, body and soul.
Now we planning to attack Olenna, sir?
I will. Good luck.
Move or talk. I will speak with you alone.
Sector Unella has been my true friend and counselor.
Oh, the goat.
Madness.
I want to hear it, Marjorie.
Old shame ladies
You're
following him
in
around.
Sanctuary now, my dear. All I have to do is whistle, and my men will stroll in here and bash you about until I tell them to stop.
Bash
If
her
I
about.
tell them to stop, you could use a good.
Grandmother.
Yes, yes.
You marched against the High Sparrow, against the Faves.
Wait.
Watched for you.
The gods could have punished you and father, but they didn't. They showed mercy.
What about your brother? What mercy did they
Where
show?
is he
Loris
at this
said
point?
only hope. Find comfort in prayer and good works. The mother watches over us all.
Interesting development.
Shall we pray?
Interesting. A flower. Maybe there is some hope for her after all.
These aren't white.
Oh yeah, we finally got back to John and them after a while.
This isn't our fight.
He died for us. If we are not willing to do the same for him, we're cowards.
Whoop, Tormund always saving the day.
He deserves
Yeah.
the rest of the free folk.
Ormond knows how to talk to his people, I guess.
Oh, 1-1's on board.
What you got to say, 1-1?
No.
Yeah, he speaks. A man of few words.
All right.
Yay,
Got the
alliances.
wildling.
He said Tormund saving his ass again, right? Or helping him out a lot.
We still gonna need more people though, John.
Just a bit, yeah. Oh, look at the mountain. And Cersei. Well, run,
You were
Olenna.
leaving King's Landing.
That is hardly your concern.
Your grandson is still a prisoner. You'll leave him rotting in a cell.
Loris rots in a cell because of you. The
Well,
High Sparrow
that is kind of an accurate statement.
because of you. Our two ancient houses face collapse because of you.
That's what I've been saying, Olenna. I've been saying this like last several episodes.
Oh, Cersei admitting?
Mistake. I carry it with
Yeah, you should.
Good.
It's like, that's right.
It's onto our doorstep. We need each other.
Do we?
I wonder if you're the worst person I've ever met. At a certain age, it's hard to recall. I'm leaving this wretched city as fast as I can before that shoeless zealot throws me into one of his cells.
A shoeless
As
zealot.
bright as you think you are, you'll find a way out of here too.
Never.
You've lost Cersei. It's the only joy I can find in all this misery.
It's like, well, everything else is falling down around me, but at least you're miserable. That makes me happy.
Cersei didn't know what the hell to say. Just pissed. Fuming.
Olenna's just pissed off this episode.
Hey, Jamie.
Yeah, they're all getting there. With his new job, huh? His new relocated job. A lot of people.
Oof. That's bringing quite the army. Welcome back,
I've been waiting
Ron.
to see I was I've been waiting to see Braun. It's been a while. Since what they got back from Dorne.
Yeah, that adventure didn't go so well for the two of you, so
Now that is a sorry attempt at
And you'll get all three. A Lannister always
Don't
pays.
say fucking say
he didn't even let him say his family's catchphrase.
Ron's like, I'm tired of hearing that bullshit all the way back from season 1.
Have Lord Edmure!
Oh,
Well,
Yield the castle, or we'll hang him!
let's see what they'll do.
Yield the castle!
We think he'll yield? He doesn't look like someone that's going to yield.
I sliced your niece's throat from ear to ear. Where were you? Running and hiding like a fucking coward. Yield the castle.
I think he's just going to stand there until he actually does something. I don't think he's going to do it.
Go on then, cut his throat.
It's like I have better things to do. Well, you heard the man. That's what I thought.
I threatened to hit you unless you shut your mouth, but you kept talking. What do you think I'd do?
I don't give a
what?
Oh, not backhanded him with the fake hand.
The king's command to take back this castle. Have him bathed and fed.
That was a
Siege is now under my
disrespectful
command.
pimp slap if I've ever seen one.
Next time the Black Witch looks out from those ramparts, you'll see an army at its gates, not whatever this is. As I said, the siege is under my command. That's what you're
Jamie is too
going
good to be around all of these people. I mean, just look at him compared to everybody else.
Lady Moment.
Oh, hey, it's that girl that everyone's been telling me about for forever because she's gonna play Ellie in the Last of Us show.
Lady Mormont.
I didn't realize it was like a literal child that was in charge.
said she was a great beauty.
You died fighting for your brother Rob.
All right, feisty little woman.
Oh,
Served under your uncle at Castle Black, Lady Lyanna. He was also a great warrior.
I remember her letter was pretty feisty too back in the day.
His steward, in fact.
I think we've had enough small talk.
Ooh.
Why are you here?
He said, "Cut the chit chat."
Spanish Baratheon garrisoned at Castle Black.
Bear Island knows no king but the king in the north, whose name is Stark.
Well,
Rob is gone.
you have two Starks right here.
Stark is not.
yeah.
It needs your support now more than ever.
As far as I understand, you're a Snow, and
Ooh.
Lady Sandra is a Bolton. You're a Lannister. I've heard conflicting reports.
Oh, oh man.
What I had to do to survive, my lady. I am a Stark. I will always be a Stark.
If you say so. In any case, you don't just want my allegiance, you want my fighting men. So why should I sacrifice one more moment life for someone else's war?
She is not having it.
Davos to save the day.
I was gonna. He finally said something. He's just been sitting there.
I don't know you, sir.
I was like, "Who the heck is this guy?"
And now I find myself addressing the lady of a great house in time of war. But I'm here because...
Oh yeah, Davos is saving the day again.
Someone else. It's our war.
Go on, Sir Davos.
Yep, he's gotten the best response out of the three so far.
Uncle Lord Commander Mormont to fight. And we need to do it together.
Ooh.
Will not break faith today.
Yeah. Davos with the win again.
How many fighting men can we expect?
Yeah. How many do they have? They're gonna probably need a lot. So.
62.
Oh.
Okay.
62.
If they're half as ferocious as their lady, the Boltons are doomed.
Well. Jamie's just gonna walk up and knock on the door. And the power of having a moat, I guess. I gotta say, Jamie's looking pretty good this episode as far as like the armor and all that's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, Blackfish.
To fulfill the vow you gave my niece, I don't see Sansa and Arya.
I don't have
Oh.
Pity.
In the name of King Tommen, I order you to surrender.
Or you'll kill Edmure.
nephew's mark.
I don't think he cares about him.
And then be done with it.
I'll spare the lives of your men. On my honor.
Your honor.
That's a bold strategy.
Breakers is like building on quicksand.
The war is over, sir.
Or try to starve us out. We have enough provisions for 2 years. You have 2 years.
That's a
All right.
That's a lot of provisions, you know, if you can just stock up and just chill for 2 years.
Clearly have no intention of saving your men's lives.
I'm disappointed.
Oh, well. All that and back into his castle he goes.
Now you want me to fight against them? I could be skinned for.
Are all of these places like really close together? Because I feel like they've just been bopping around real quick.
Will not abandon its ancestral home to fight alongside wildlings.
Everybody just hates wildlings.
Lord Glover, I've nothing else to say.
I would remind you that House Glover is pledged to House Stark, sworn to answer when called upon.
Well, Sansa's got you there.
Taking up with a foreign whore, getting himself and those who followed him killed.
So I take it they're not pledged to House Stark anymore, based on that.
The House Stark is dead.
All right. Great conversation. Oh, see, Davos didn't even was like, no, I'm not even going to try.
There's no hope on this one. I'm gonna stay quiet in the corner.
I'm just gonna be over here. Well, at least they've made it safely here.
Well, at least Yara's having fun.
That's true. Poor Theon.
Why do we have to come here?
Some of us still like it.
That's rude.
You don't trust a damn nobody anymore.
No, eyes have been darting the entire time they've been showing him.
I don't care what you want. Drink.
Is that rude?
Drink it all.
Ma'am, consent, please.
You're ironborn, Theon. I know you've had some bad years.
That's putting it lightly.
This is a damn understatement of the show.
Yeah, he only had like his member cut off and was brutally tortured and psychologically tortured and beaten to the point where he didn't remember who he was anymore.
If you're so broken that there's no coming back, take a knife and cut your wrists.
Jeez. She's just saying, end it all if you want to, Theon.
We're gonna sail to Marine.
Oh?
We're gonna make a pact with this dragon queen.
Oh, Theon and Yara are gonna hang out with Daenerys and them too. We're gonna have some storylines are converging.
Got all the folks headed to Marine. Got all these other folks headed down to the Blackfish.
Yeah, but that's bad though, because isn't Euron going there too?
I mean, I guess maybe they're like, let's beat him to it. I don't know.
I'm nervous now. Never mind. Take it back. Go somewhere else.
I'm gonna go fuck the tits of this one.
You go, Yara.
Do what you gotta do, girl.
Well, now I'm nervous.
You chose this place for a reason.
Oh yeah, it looks real familiar. I remember last time we saw this place.
Down there for the horses.
You're not staying here long.
Time is running out.
SOS. Wonder who she's sending it to.
Never too late to stop robbing people, to stop killing people, start helping people.
Oh man, we're gonna just have like a whole character change for the Hound then, aren't we? It's kind of like the Hound's thing, a lot of those.
Give Ian McShane the Emmy. No.
He's doing a great job with this one episode so far.
And it's not about waiting for the gods to answer your prayers.
Who is
It's not
this?
even about the gods.
Oh.
It's not you.
Stay safe.
Well,
The night is dark and full of terrors.
well, you know they're gonna cause some havoc. They're gonna be back. Come on, the Hound, do your thing.
What do you want to do? Fight them? Kill them?
It's kind of his thing usually.
You against all of them. I mean, these people don't know how to.
The Hound's gonna be using that axe on somebody in a minute. Oh, there's Arya.
Can't afford it.
I was like, how do you know? That's
Yeah.
rude. Assumption. Surprise.
Where'd you steal this from?
What do you care?
Exactly.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, mind your business.
You can have a hammock instead.
See you at sunrise.
She
Yeah, she took it back.
said, no, no, no. Oh, no payment ahead of time, sir. I don't trust that ass.
They better hurry the hell up. The waif's
Arya
probably
said, I
watching
gotta get the
somewhere.
hell out of here. You hear me?
For all we know, that old woman behind her could be the waif in disguise.
Sweet girl.
Up, see? Ooh.
Well,
See, I knew it. I knew it. Always the old lady.
well, we'll see if you make that ship, Arya.
Well, she seems proud of herself. Now she's just gonna be bleeding everywhere.
Little girl running around here, bloody stuff.
She's bleeding. She's wet.
Everyone just looking at her like, okay, girl.
I mean, and the waif could literally be like anybody in
I
this
know,
crowd.
that's
So.
the problem with pissing off the faceless man. Now you have to be
That's
scared of literally everyone.
That's why I called it. It was like I knew it was gonna be that old lady. Like that old lady was looking a little too evil, a little too suspicious. Come on, really? I hope Ian McShane lived. Oh man, come on. He was so good. Well, R.I.P. Should have listened to the Hound, I guess.
There goes any sort of revival for peace the Hound may have had.
Well, peace didn't work, unfortunately.
He saw that and said, yeah, just like I thought, fuck peace.
Yeah. Ian McShane said, I will be here for one episode and one episode only.
Lord. All right. Well, that was episode 7, The Broken Man. And we found out the Broken Man is the Hound, back from the presumed dead, living in this little village. First, let's go ahead and talk about King's Landing. We get the High Sparrow talking to Marjorie. He's going on and on about his usual stuff and telling her, you need to sleep with the king because we need an heir, because she has not. She's been like, Tom, and I'm still not feeling it right now. Thanks, though.
Right. I mean, understandable.
But then he turns that conversation 180 and is like, actually, we're gonna need you to go ahead and bring your grandmother, Miss Olenna, into the fold and get her on board with the sparrow culture, okay?
Never gonna happen.
So why don't you try to convert her and bring her over? Otherwise, I fear for her safety. So Marjorie does talk to Olenna, and she's giving the same kind of speech. Olena's like, oh God, like, girl, please, what is this? But she does kind of take a turn near the end of it, urging her grandmother to leave, to go back to High Garden, and then giving her a paper kind of as a signal with their house sigil, the rose, on it. And that kind of, I think, put Olenna more at ease, to where she's like, okay, fine, I'll go back. But first, Cersei had one last ditch effort to try to get her to stay. She wants Olenna's help in trying to take the sparrow down. Olenna's like, girl, please. This is all your fault. Like, you did all of this.
Yeah, I've been saying that.
And I know that they're coming for my ass next and going to try to throw me into one of those old cells. So I got to go. And if you were smart, you would probably try to get out of here too, because we'll see what happens at your trial. But For now, just rest assured, you are the worst person I have ever met in my whole life.
One
I'm
last
out.
shade before she leaves.
So, how did you feel about the stuff in King's Landing?
It was pretty good. I mean, Atlanta, as per usual, when she has a plethora of screen time, is one of the main highlights, just because she's so cunning and so well. I mean, hilarious in the shade that she throws around to everyone. Because, like, I agree. I've been saying with you for so many episodes now. Like, it's frustrating because Cersei, it's all really her fault that all this stuff has happened because she brought in the High Sparrow and kind of screwed everybody over in the long run. The stuff with Marjorie, definitely intriguing. It seems like maybe there is some hope for her after all, with the little note that she slipped with, her, like you said, her house sigil. We'll see how that progresses. I guess the High Sparrow now trying to force her into having a child with Tommen was a surprise. I mean, I don't blame her for not wanting to be around Tommen because Tommen is Tommen. I mean, I don't really need to elaborate there. As long as Olenna makes it out okay, I think it'll all be okay in the long run. Also, poor Loris, who is just never to be seen still, just somewhere locked away forever.
Writers, we riot if Olenna gets thrown in that damn Sparrow jail next episode, okay?
She's like, I'm out. Say, I'll leave. Say, it was. I also thought it was hilarious how she was throwing shade at. I forget her name now.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah, Hannah Waddingham.
Waddingham.
Like, you gonna say
Olenna.
something? Or she's just
Lord.
standing there.
Need a good bashing, girl.
Hilarious.
Well, then we see Jamie has arrived at the Tully house of River Run, and they have Edmure, who we saw last episode for the first time since the Red Wedding as well. But if you remember back to season 3, the person who was the hardest on Edmure, as he failed every siege and everything he tried to do, it was the Blackfish. Pretty much roasted his nephew all of season 3. So he wasn't all that sympathetic.
No, he stood
Edmure
through
this
it.
episode.
He's like, you'll go kill him.
As we learned later, he's like, look, I'm pretty sure Edmure's gonna die either way. So just do it. Just kill him if you're gonna kill him. I got shit to do and I'm not giving up this castle. He does meet with Jamie at least a little bit. Jamie tries to be like, look, if you just give up, then I'll spare you and I'll spare all of your men. Like, do it for your men. And the Blackfish is like, we've got 2 years of provisions in here. So try to starve us out. You got 2 years of time? Because I think by the end of it, thousands of your men will die and only hundreds of mine. So basically, I'm not leaving. Good luck. And so
That's impressive that they apparently have that much stuff in there. They could just camp out for 2 years.
they're like, bitch, please. So Jamie's tactics didn't really work. We saw the phrase, our bumbling fools, and got bitch slapped by Jamie, literally. How did you feel about River Run?
Poor Jamie. I mean, first of all, he didn't even want to be there to begin with. He was kind of forced upon this mission, and now he's got to deal with all this mess instead. I mean, I guess arguably it's a little bit better compared to what he probably would have to deal with if he was still over there, dealing with Olenna and the High Sparrow and all that. But obviously, the Freys are not going to be great allies for this because they're not doing a very good job. Like they even alluded to, like we just snuck like thousands of people up on you and you had no idea. So well, clearly you're not that great. Yeah, I mean Blackfish was pretty amusing. I mean he's an intriguing character, and I mean it was very obvious he did not care if they killed that guy one way or another, and the threats did not work. But like I said, even in the reaction and just now, I think it's kind of I guess the right way to say it is like impressive that they have that much time that they can just waste in there in two plus years. You're gonna just wait out here and not charge at us. I feel like we're inevitably going to have some sort of clash, though. Like we'll see, but it was pretty good so far. Like the start of Jamie versus Blackfish, maybe. Well, maybe we'll see.
Well, then we also spent a lot of time up in the north catching up with John, Sansa, and Sir Davos as they pretty much go from little clan to clan, house to house, starting with the wildlings, who are once again listening to John talk and are like, go away. We don't want to hear it too much. But Tormund comes through with his people once more and gives them a good speech. And our boy One is like, all right, Snow. He's a man of few
That's it.
words, but he's down for the cause. And so the wildlings agree. They're gonna come on down and help. Then we get to the Mormont house. Good old Jorah's family, his last little family members left, and
Yeah,
she is quite spicy. It's like
she's quite a feisty little girl. So she's a fun one.
she's a little bear, just like her sigil would suggest, I suppose. Nah, like you're a Snow, and you, what are you, a Bolton, a Lannister? I don't even know. We're not gonna help you. I'm sorry, but Davos comes forth once more, like he always does. It's always Davos and Tormund coming through with these speeches.
Yeah, John's lucky. He has a great cabinet of people to help him out. Otherwise, who knows how many people he would actually have to help out.
And he comes through, he talks to her, he levels with her. He's like, look, Gior, good old Lord Commander, he saw this in John. Come on. She's like, all right, fine. We're back with House Stark. We'll come and help you. Our 62 people.
Yeah, our massive
Woo!
army.
We see another House Glover does not come around. They're like, hell no. Brought us into a whole lot of effing mess, and we're not following House Stark any longer. Our allegiance died with Rob, so goodbye. So at the end of the day, the army wasn't very big from what they counted down at the end. Han is like, look, snow is coming in. Like a storm is heading in. We just have to go. And Sansa decides to write a letter somewhere because she doesn't think they're prepared.
Calling out favors somewhere. Hopefully, there's. I mean, that's the one I'm curious about. Who is she sending the letter to out of everyone out there in the world?
How did you feel about those little adventures of the North?
I was surprised at first because they were just bopping all around. I was thinking, like, are these places close? Like, they're going to so many different places.
They were moving fast. I mean, they're kind of close, but especially in Game of Thrones, typically we take a while to get places. They were moving fast.
I guess with this season, the pace has to be a bit faster because the battle is coming very soon. They can't just take a whole season to get to places and come back. But yeah, that was the first thing I noticed. Just like, wow, we're moving to a lot of different places. I don't know, like I said, the geography of how close they all are, but still, it was pretty great. I mean, seeing what's her face, Lyanna
Mormont, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I know the actress because, of course, shout out to Hannah if she watches this. We talked about, the actress is going to play Ellie in the Last of Us series, so I knew about the character to a small degree, but not haven't actually seen the character until now because we did hear about her in her letter. So that's how I remembered her before she started doing saying a lot of stuff. She's great. I mean, she's a feisty one, so I like her so far. She's a pretty fun character. Kind of reminds me of Arya in a way, like just a much more feisty version of Arya with a lot more power. But yeah, Jon Snow. I mean, I like Jon. I commend him for doing his best. To be in charge, but he's not. He does not do the greatest job. He's definitely someone that's continuously bailed out by having such a great cabinet around him. It seems like. I mean, Davos saved him with Lyanna, and well, Sansa's doing her own stuff to help out too, I guess, along with Tormund, and I guess technically 1-1 as well. So he has a great cabinet around him that really helps sell him as this legitimate leader, which is I wish that he was the one that was able to gain alliances and all that stuff, but I mean, he is kind of like a bastard child, so I guess a lot of people don't really like that very much, along with him being assisted by the wildlings. So I'm hoping eventually people come around to him just being Jon Snow and on his side because he's Jon Snow and not because they need to be convinced by Davos or Tormund and stuff like that. But I mean, it was a lot of fun. I'm excited to see more of Lyanna Mormont. 62 people. I imagine they're a very feisty house. If they're the way that they were hyping them up, they're as equal to about 10 people. So
yeah, we remember the Lord Commander. He was a big guy. He got like stabbed multiple times before he was still like fighting and killing people out there.
Yeah, I guess
good old Jorah. He's a survivor.
Yeah, he's had grayscale for a while. He was out there fight to the death to get back to Daenerys. I wonder if Jorah and Lyanna will ever meet up, because we never got to see Jorah meet up with anyone else in his family because they all died.
Well, you mentioned her. We got a little bit of Arya this episode. She's making plans to try to get out of Bravo.
Not a great episode for her.
So she's like, look, bruh, here's all this money. You ain't sticking me in no damn broom closet or whatever. I'm getting a cabin and we're leaving in the morning. I need to get the hell out of here ASAP. But then she decided to, take a little stroll on a bridge, look out at the water at her time in Bravos. And surprise, can't trust these old bitches in Bravo.
I knew it was coming.
The waif got stabbed like what, 3?
A couple times.
Real good stabs in the abdomen. Arya got a headbutt in and just rolled into the river.
She survived, but at what cost? I guess.
So now she's limping around, scared of literally everyone because her enemy could be anyone in that damn city. The waif, we'll see. She looked like maybe she could have been convinced Arya was dead, but
I don't think so.
How'd you feel about Arya's little minute of screen time?
It was brutal. I had a bad feeling because we saw that the waif was going to be on the case in some shape or form to try and take her out, and Arya was trying her hardest to get out of there ASAP, but it wasn't fast enough. I knew that old lady was shady in the background. It was like, oh look, you can't trust those unassuming older women in these, and then ends up being the waif in disguise. Hopefully, she'll make it out of there alive, or the waif will just continuously take the face of other people and show up again. I figure we'll get a couple more attempted assassination attempts before she gets out of there. Hopefully, if she gets out of there at all. I don't think that's going to be the last time the waif tries and kills Arya. She kind of let up too easily, I feel, because she was.
Well, we also saw Yara and Theon with the Ironborn that they took. They are somewhere in Slaver's Bay off the coast, and I'm thinking this looks a lot like Valyria, kind of where Tyrion and Jorah chilled, where we found that cosplay.
Yeah.
The Daenerys cosplay. Well, it seems like that kind of general area. I just know they're in Slaver's Bay. Theon is going through like PTSD. He's like sitting there at this brothel, just like he's going through it. He's nervous and scared that Euron is around in every corner. Probably nervous that Ramsay could pop out at any corner. So Yara has a talk. She's like, "Look, I need you, and I need like you. Give me that. We're gonna go get revenge for you. We're gonna go, we'll get that revenge, damn it, on those people. But right now, I need you to come back. So if you don't think that you can come back and be Theon for real, just end it all right here and now."
It's messed up.
That good old Ironborn tough love. But we learn that they are headed to Meereen. I guess their plan is beat their uncle to Daenerys.
That's what I was when they said that. That was like my first thought. Like, no, don't go there.
So yeah, they're looking to forge that Daenerys alliance first, and maybe hope that dragon power will help them against their uncle if she agrees.
Well, I guess also the fact they have to get there first, because Daenerys and them aren't even in Meereen.
Yeah, well, they might arrive and just be greeted by like Tyrion, who's like, hi.
Yeah, who are you folks?
But how'd you feel about Yara and Theon?
Even as someone who has disliked Theon at points in the series, and he's kind of been redeemed at this point, like, you do still feel bad for him just because of the trauma he's been through. Yara doesn't clearly understand it that well. She doesn't really view it as much of a traumatic experience as Theon has, because she only saw bits and pieces of it anyways. The only thing that she really saw was when she went to try and save him the one time and he bit her and then she left. I'm excited / nervous, I guess, now for the future of their storyline, if they're going to go try and hang out with Daenerys and them in Meereen, because we do, like you said, I was nervous when we watched it, that Euron is also going to go try and see Daenerys in Meereen. So that could be quite the conflict, because, well, what are the odds you're sailing you could potentially sail anywhere in the world and both of you go to the same exact place? Like, what are the chances?
Well, then we open and close the episode with the return of the Hound.
He lives.
Who has been living in this little, like, peaceful village. Ian McShane's anonymous character saved his life, and they kind of have just been chilling here in this, like, peaceful Amish lifestyle.
It seems like a fun place until the trouble comes in at the end.
Well, obviously, he's also trying to kind of work through some of the Hound's issues, trying to, like, teach him a new way of life, a more peaceful way of life. He tells this story about his past. And then some folks from the Brotherhood Without Banners, who we have not seen in a while as well, stumble upon none of the main people that we're used to with the Brotherhood, but these other three random people who threaten them for no good reason, protecting the people. And they come back later in the night and slaughter the entire village.
Well, that's the thing with that is because
Yeah.
they very clearly like insinuated they were going to do that, but they're peaceful folk and they just, I guess, didn't try because they didn't have anything to really try with to fight back.
Warriors, the Hound wasn't there. And yeah, that's when you kind of agree with the Hound's philosophy. It's like, look, no, you don't just want to spread more violence, but sometimes the way to stop the spread of violence is ending the people who are spreading said violence. So, I mean, these three killers are now just on the move, like on to the next. They're going to go spread more violence. If you had killed them, we could have stopped it. So, how do you feel about everything with the Hound, who is now on his way somewhere?
Alive.
He's very angry. He's back to, like,
He's got an axe.
hate-filled Hound, and he's on the move. So, how'd you feel about his little return?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that he returned because it's been a while, and I was wondering if he was actually just going to be dead or what. So I'm just elated that he's alive in general. It was great to see Ian McShane in this role. It was a surprise to me. I didn't realize Ian McShane ever even appeared, and I guess the reason why is because he only appeared in one episode. He was great. I mean, it's tough because his philosophies, you know, there was a lot of merit in what he was trying to help teach the Hound, but inevitably it ended up kind of being burnt anyways because they end up all dying and getting murdered in the end regardless. But I'm hoping that some of those lessons will continue on with the Hound in some shape or form, because I feel like even in this episode we saw the Hound was like a little bit changed, not like a huge amount, but you know, the Hound was, as we saw on his adventures with Arya, he was a bit brash and rude and he would like beat up anybody for any reason and take their gold or anything along the way. And I feel like he's like a little bit more zen, a little bit more mellow now, well, until the end when he just saw his entire congregation get murdered and they hung out Ian McShane. Now he's off probably to get revenge with the axe. So I'll be rooting for the Hound wherever he goes. If he's gonna go and kill the Brothers Without Banners that killed his whole little friendly cottage of people. I guess that's the $1 million question is, what does he do from here? Because he's kind of not involved in anything right now. So I don't know where his story I think is one of the ones with so many possibilities because he's not tied to anything. Like where is he gonna go? Is he gonna go find Arya while she's bleeding to death somewhere, or
go kill the wafer?
I mean, if that's what it takes.
Then we got to get rid of this waif one way or the next.
Say that waif is vicious though, as we saw.
I guess that'll lead us well into a prediction. We have a hobbled Arya roaming the streets.
Well, I hope she survives.
We have the Hound with his axe on the move. Daenerys is still on her way to Meereen, but so are all of the Greyjoys, apparently. The Blackfish ready to hold out and fight to the end to keep River Run, while Jaime and the Faves are there to try to take it back. Brienne is still on her way down as well.
That should be fun.
Is now just like, yo, this is the army we got. I guess let's see what happens and let's try to attack Ramsay. And then Marjorie is, I don't know.
She's very much in limbo, it seems.
She is in a very weird position. Olenna's on her way out of the city, hopefully. And Cersei still has her trial to come. She still has not done her trial yet. So
Well, she has the mountain. That's like her big contingency plan. Like, well, no matter what, this trial by combat is you're going to have to fight the mountain. So it
yeah,
already worked for her once, right?
it did. How do you feel about these final 3 episodes? What do you think is going to go down?
Probably some madness, I assume. I feel bad for John and them that they're going to have this big old battle with Ramsay, because Ramsay's a very insane individual and he has quite an army. Hopefully they all make it out okay, at least the important characters. Yeah, well, if Daenerys is heading back to Marine, and Euron and them are heading to Marine, and Theon and Yara are heading to Marine, I imagine it's going to get pretty chaotic in Marine, maybe by the end of the season, just based on everything that's happening in Marine, plus everything that's going on already there with Tyrion and Missandei. I guess Brienne will get there eventually for all the madness that's going on there. So she's kind of late to the party compared to everything else that's going on.
Everybody up in the north is like teleporting. Meanwhile, Brienne is taking all season. So,
That's what I'm saying. It was like that's why I was surprised, because it's like they keep cutting back to John. And he's in some other unknown location talking to some other house. It's like, are these all like next door to each other? Like
next door neighbors.
That's what I mean. Is he just going door to door to different houses? Because like they're going. I imagine there's some travel involved during all of this. I don't know, but that's just an observation I had. I mean, maybe I'm the crazy one there. I hope Arya lives, whether it be her living by killing the waif or living by escaping from the waif. As long as she gets away from the waif, I think she'll be okay. Because the waif is very adamant on killing her now. Just don't trust anybody, I guess. Start grabbing people's faces.
Just everybody grab the face.
Because apparently that's the way to take off the disguise, just take the face. Any other storylines I can predict? Well, I imagine there's going to be some fun standoff between Jamie and Blackfish, because he's going to be camped out in there for, I guess, a couple years if he gets his way. So like, I guess that's a good thing for Brienne, is if he's just going to hunker down in there for 2 whole years. Brienne's got she's got time to get down there. Also, whatever's happening with Bran and Benjen.
Yeah, Benjen and Mira.
Whatever they're doing again, I don't know. Bran's kind of just like the storyline I don't really care about as much, because it's just not as interesting, especially because they killed off Hodor. But they're there.
Bran has like one big moment a season, like when he's here. I was gonna say a season, but he wasn't even in season 5, so he didn't have any moments there. But he generally has like one big episode, and then you're like, oh yeah, you're still around.
Well, that's how I feel about Rickon too, because I feel like it's odd that like this character, well, he's not even really a character that much, but Rickon, like we don't even cut to Rickon or Ramsay during all of this. Like, he's just been tucked away like Loras. He's like Loras. Loras is another character we keep hearing about, but we never really see.
We know they're still around because they say their names, but that's it. That's the only reason we know they're alive still.
I just figure like you could have tried to do something with Rickon. Like he's obviously still a prisoner this whole time. We haven't seen Ramsay really either.
I mean, yeah, so that could give Ramsay. This is a pretty short episode for Game of Thrones too, only 50 minutes. So they could have added like 2 minutes of Ramsay and Rickon or something, but no.
I mean, well, that's the thing with Game of Thrones. I mean, there's so many characters that some people just don't do things. Well, Missandei and Tyrion and all them were in the episode either. The evil red woman. Both of them. I was talking about the other one too. I don't know if she had a name or not. The one with Varys and all them. Oh yeah, her and Melisandre, like they haven't done much this season either. Just kind of linger in the background.
There. Yeah. So who were your faves and least faves this episode then?
Really like the Hound, because I'll just put the Hound in there because I'm glad he's alive also, because bless, he's finally back. John was great. His whole council really, I would say, is pretty good. Sansa, Davos, Tormund, 1-1. Everyone that helped him along the way. Also, Lyanna Mormont was pretty badass, feisty little girl. So I'm excited to see more of her. She was pretty badass. Ian McShane, whatever his character's name is. I don't know. Like I said, I apologize if he has a name. I guess it doesn't really matter. He died in one episode, so I don't know if it really matters.
We loved you for your one episode, sir. R.I.P.
Yeah. I'm more pissed off that he only had one episode. He could have been a really intriguing character. But I guess, like I said, I had no idea he was even in the show. But I guess it's because he only was in one episode in the 6th season. Well, Elena, Elena's always the MVP. Elena's always great. Even Jamie was pretty good this episode too, and Bron. But Bron's always good. He just hasn't been. He just isn't heavily featured anymore.
Yeah.
So many good characters in this episode, at least. I'm trying to list them all. Well, Arya was good, but she didn't really. Her entire storyline was just trying to stay alive, mostly. Other than her fun moment with throwing the money at the guy. At least Faves. I guess the Brothers Without Banners for massacring that little entire group of folks, including Ian McShane.
Yes.
High Sparrow, the waif.
I just can't with his creepy conversation this episode. Like, it
With
wasn't
High
even.
Sparrow?
Yeah, it wasn't even just usual weirdness from him. It just was like, oh, sir, please.
Like you must sleep with Tom, and we must have an heir.
Go away, sir. We don't want to hear it.
Yeah, he always looks so disheveled. It's like it's disarming because he just looks like he literally rolled. Yeah,
the waif making an impact
waif.
with her 1 second of screen time.
Yeah, she made the most of it. She picked the unassuming old woman, and she ends up being the waif. I don't know. I mean, there really weren't too many villains. I thought Blackfish was pretty cool. I mean, I didn't dislike Blackfish or even Cersei. Cersei was around, but she wasn't really villainous in this episode. She's one of those characters that kind of rides the line anyway. Yeah. She's an interesting villainous character. Same with the Mountain, even though he doesn't really do anything.
He's there.
Well, when he does do something, it's usually murdering someone. So I don't know. I'm nervous if they do get that trial. Who the hell's gonna fight the Mountain? well, it was already bad enough watching the Mountain kill Oberyn.
Yeah.
But who's gonna fight that? Because they watched him basically die. I don't know who would be willing to fight the Mountain as a monster, like a zombie Mountain. Because I don't know. Speaking of that, where's Qyburn then? Where's that
down there with his little birds, feeding them candy?
Yeah, that was pretty creepy too with the kids back in the day.
So
when you mentioned that, I guess Marjorie's another character that's also kind of on the line because I don't mean, especially with the developments in this episode, because it seems like maybe she kind of has something up her sleeve where she's not actually believing all this crazy stuff she's saying. So I couldn't put her in the bad category. I think that's everyone as far as characters that I like and dislike. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone. Ian McShane, R.I.P., whatever your character's name is.
That was our reaction for season 6, episode 7, The Broken Man. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of our latest videos, including each and every one of our Game of Thrones reaction videos. Also, make sure that you are following Tyler. Would you like to let them know where to find you?
Sure. I mean, also, you could always find me on this channel reacting to Game of Thrones and possibly other things along the way. I'm always around. And YouTube, search up my name on YouTube, Tyler Calvert, for reviews, reactions, rankings, have a bunch of stuff along the way. And also Twitter and Instagram, and it's Tyler Calvert.
Perfect. And let us know your thoughts. Were you happy to see the Hound opening up this episode? Let us know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit both of us up over on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.